Jen is coming.
She is, she's just gonna be a few minutes late.
Oh.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order.
Be resolved that the meeting of the Committee of the Whole of the Corporation of the Township of Assignack be open for business at 7 p.m. with the quorum of members present and with Mayor Reed presiding and chair.
Okay, and same as last time, I need to move on and second here. Janice, move for. Oh, just, okay, sorry. Jan. All those in favor? Things have to slow down just a little bit, so, because until we get our internet, it times out a stage a little bit. So, this. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Three Fires Confederacy, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi peoples of the Mindu-Mincing. We recognize and deeply appreciate the stewardship and historic connection to this place, and recognize that we must do more to learn about its rich history so that we will better understand our role as residents, neighbors, partners, and caretakers. Okay. Adoption agenda.
Be it resolved that the adoption of the agenda is approved by the Committee of the Whole.
Member?
Can I have a question about it first, or?
Yeah.
In camera, is it regarding the email from you, Alton, from September 30 regarding the segregated
Yes.
property?
Yes.
Okay, if not, I wanted to add it. Okay.
And all those in favor? And I'll remind you, if you have pecuniary interest, you may declare it now or at the time it arises. Okay. So we have the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting.
Okay, be it resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Committee of the Whole be adopted as presented. And it was dated. I don't have them.
So
It was June 3rd, 2025.
all right. Any discussion on that? All those in favor then? Oh, sorry, I need a member. Need a member. Robinson. And all those in favor then, that's good. Okay, so the first thing, are we good? First thing on our, under administration, finance and planning, we have the sale of surplus equipment. And then, do you want to speak to this or?
I think it's basically just listing what the, winning bids were, Stacia, TJ and I, or Krista, TJ and I, sorry, did the opening, so we have all of the details in the file. But we did promise we'd have a summary, so this is the total of everything that was tendered on.
On the tender, did we state a minimum?
Yeah,
We did?
yeah.
I don't recall that, but okay.
No, I probably. No, we did not. Okay.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay. I just wondered why it was on here. And what are we doing with the stuff that didn't sell?
I'll let TJ answer that if that's all right.
Yeah,
So we're gonna try and break down most of what we can and get this we can out of it. One of the, one-way snowplow did go after the fact. So we let it go for what we thought was fair. It was pretty much cooked, so we kept the two plows and put one of them back on the road. So one of those 1994 plows was back on the road, so we do have a spare.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on that? Mhm.
Glad that we're moving in this direction.
Mhm.
I,
Nice to
one
see a
other,
payback on some of these items as well.
yeah, the one other thing is I've heard many compliments about how nice the yard is looking all cleaned up.
Mhm.
I've heard that at least a dozen times.
It's good. Yeah, it's nice to get rid of some of this stuff for sure.
Yeah.
We need motion for that? No. Okay. We have our strategic plan update. Bring it with me.
We didn't get a
We
copy,
didn't get it.
remember?
You have a copy. You absolutely have a copy of the strategic plan.
Of the update,
Yeah, okay. I thought we're just getting,
There's no update, we're just gonna go through it, right?
So there's no update. There's the original that was approved, and I thought we were doing a review to see if there was a need to update.
Right.
I could be wrong.
No, that's what I wanted to, because that we were going through.
I read this as there was an update to be presented to us tonight, so I did not bring mine.
yeah, that was the same. I was
Okay.
expecting.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Strategic plan update was the title on the agenda.
And that was confusing. Did you do this, did we do the same for branding?
Yes,
It was
it's all,
just to go through it.
yes.
Do you want me to go through it and just remind you where we were?
Well,
Did you want a short recess and maybe copy it and bring it to them or?
can I make a suggestion? We will provide copies by email tomorrow. If you have concerns about anything, please let the clerk know. And we will have answers for the council meeting the next week. If that works for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's for BNC,
Yes.
okay.
We'll just go through that again for Jen. It's okay. So our strategic plan update was more a review
Okay,
and nobody has it, so we're gonna go home and go through it.
okay,
If you have any concerns about where it's going or questions about how it's going, you can let Stasia know and then we can bring back the report,
thank you. Thank you.
okay?
Mhm.
And the branding report is the same, or,
Yes.
okay, so go through your branding, it's not as long, it's a couple pages, right? I can tell you what we have done for branding so far is our website, which was part of the branding. Signage with banners. I'm missing something.
Colors.
The colors are. Yeah, and they're following them. So everything that's being done around town now, our staff is following both the strategic plan and the branding. So every new thing that we're introducing, the plans are being followed. So, but if you have any concerns about what you're seeing or that you want to see change or whatever, we're not going to change, we have to open up the plans, but it's not impossible, but. So go home and check that out too then, so just you know where we're headed, okay? And the same thing, bring back any concerns that you have. Okay. Active grants review.
So this is just a listing of everything that's currently outstanding or just recently wrapped up. There was a request for it. This doesn't include the most recent application to the fire department, which just went in last week. But if you have any questions about any of these, again, please see Stacia or myself or the ADO, and we'll happily answer any questions.
That one we need to approve. New Horizon Seniors Grant, but I'm not sure, what is,
It's, you know, it's pending.
It says
so we
completed.
haven't.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
full blown. So we're still waiting for approval on the submission. We don't know if we've got it yet.
no, we didn't approve it at council,
Oh, okay.
but you told us we had time, because
Yes,
it doesn't have to go in yet.
yes,
We did get a report on it, we just didn't pass it at the last meeting, we
Yes.
passed the fire department one,
yes.
we didn't pass this one, it was approved. But Shalva did give us our update on it. I believe. To know somewhere, I think we're okay to send that one to council though.
Okay.
It's 2 minutes.
Sorry, which one are you talking about right now?
It's that, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's number 6 down. It's the New Horizon for Seniors program there.
So it's being emailed to us?
No, you should have it, we got it at our last meeting, we got both of them, we got the one for that one, and we got the one for the fire department. We only approved the one for the fire department.
It'll be on the next council agenda. for
Okay.
approval.
All right. Any other questions on those? I can give you an idea of what we have been approved for, what we haven't, what's still pending.
And ISIP funding reallocation,
I'm hoping to have a report for the next council meeting with recommendations. I just haven't had a chance to write it yet,
okay,
but we're cautiously optimistic we can clean everything up and
Okay.
still use the money.
so I see Mimi had a chance to get in on money for extending water lines in development. We did not apply for any of that money, or did not qualify?
We've applied for every stream that we're aware of for that. They may have, I don't have the details of that. They may have been approved under the last, and I can't remember the acronym, but we were not. So we have submitted under the second round. We just haven't heard yet.
Doesn't that have to come back to council to be approved before it's submitted?
We did for the second round,
Did you? Okay.
yeah.
What's the name of it, so I can look it up?
The safety,
one?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right
Yeah.
there, Wayne,
Oh, is it? Okay.
on the back there, Houston.
Yes.
Okay,
Believe that was, we were discussing the water mains, right?
Yeah,
Not for-
that's-
Not for expansion, I think.
No, that was,
so it's
yeah,
more for repairs
Yeah.
instead of expansion.
and yeah, rehabilitation.
Yeah, because we don't have anywhere to expand into, right?
You
Not that
have,
we've approved.
you, no, but you do have places you can expand.
Yes, and it also covered our wild lines to bring them into our system and up to standard, yeah.
So we applied at stage 1, didn't get it, and now we're
Now
reapplying?
applied, yes. And if we don't get it, we're applying at stage 3, stage 4, stage 27, sooner or later. We have to get on the top of the list.
Okay, we'll continue to apply. So should we change it from just water mains to expansion in there also? I'm just,
We haven't discussed expansion.
No, and
Okay.
I'm leery of using the word expansion because we keep getting limited to, they're not funding expansion, they're only funding, the rehabilitation of existing, systems. And that's part of our argument with the wild lines, they are legally, they're not part of our existing system, but they've historically been our existing system, so they should be brought up. But nobody funds growth for water infrastructure.
And how was Nini allowed to get the money to
I
expand the water?
I would like to see the application and how they did get it.
I didn't even know they
Is-
did get it.
It was in the
It's
paper.
in the paper.
Is it accessible to us to see their application?
We can ask,
Do we have that relationship with them that we can find out just how they worded it or what they did?
happy to ask.
Just
No,
out of curiosity.
But I think before we went that route, we have to talk about expansion.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. It's the thing is we often limit ourselves by thinking, well, we haven't been able to do it in the past, but if they've been able to do it, how did they get it done? So that when we're looking to the future, we can say, oh, yeah, the little curve did it this way, perhaps if we.
If we word it that way.
Yep.
Okay, anything else on any of that? We just showed you where we are and what has come in, I'm still waiting. Okay. The next one is the beach stairs, because we didn't get out that this year. For one of the reasons too, is because we never really made up our minds what we want done with beach stairs and what we're actually willing to fund, so we don't have to make a decision tonight, but we need to start thinking about it so it can go into our budget and it can actually say more than beach stairs. Or at least there'll be a plan behind it, so what is it you're actually looking to do?
If
Go ahead.
When we discussed it, I thought we had put it that we would have the professionals come in and tell us what was possible to do. And that was what the discussion ended up being, because the concrete has to come out, or can it be capped? Or what would be the best way to go about it? And it was my understanding that that's what was going to happen, was we were going to have somebody come in, we were gonna put in an RFP to have people come and look at it and go over was that not what we had discussed?
I believe originally the way it started is money was asked to be set aside for stairs, and a quote come in from tech person at the time. That was pretty close to the amount of money we set aside to budget, and then through future discussions, we decided that maybe we should have somebody come in and give us an opinion on what might be the best way of dealing with it.
My recollection is that we were going to look at options for it.
Yeah.
Which included potential trail and stairs. And from a budgetary perspective, because I think we had $56,000 in the budget that we keep rolling over annually into that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's sitting there that we
For
have
years.
to put towards that. But I'd like to see us come under budget with whatever option we look at first.
Of
And I really
course.
like the idea of a trail in conjunction with stairs, because it's got a number, the first thing you need to think about also is accessibility act. But it's not an accessible site. So to me, it's not gonna be a big deal in my opinion, but we want to verify that with the province as far as that's concerned. But I think a gentle slope, some gentle landscaping, and using the base of the stairs as a base for building something on top of it would be an approach that we would probably be able to do the most cost effective way. Maybe we can consult with Public Works on that as well. Because we do have the equipment, we have the manpower as well here to do a lot of things internally.
Sure.
So I think that's the way that we should be looking at it.
That's my recollection.
So are we asking Public Works to come back with a recommendation, or you want a professional to come in and?
I think we start with Public Works. We start internally and see if we come back with a decent recommendation that we agree upon to fix and replace the current situation. And if we need to go out for an engineered design on stairs and stuff at that point, then we'll decide, well, like I said, we want to keep the cost down on it as best we can.
I think that's the approach.
Okay.
We had originally discussed getting somebody in to give us ideas to say, because we had talked about different towns that had different paths and stuff, so we had thought somebody was gonna come in and present us with different ideas, different options compared to what we had in the budget. So was it cheaper and better to just fix the stairs, or should we go at a path? And we were waiting for information to come, but
Okay. So with everything we've been through this year, it's been overlooked, but we can go that way. We can ask Public Works to take a look at it first, and if they recommend that we get professional to look at it, then that's the way we'll go.
They had also mentioned with the gardens, the grant for the gardens and tracking some paths, stairs and gardens. That was part of the discussion too, having different gardens along the way, so I don't know if they want to consider that at the same time. Are all the gazebos up?
I believe so.
I'm just gonna say we could either put a gazebo in there if there was a spare one, but
But they're not horribly expensive anyway, if that's where we did wanna go,
yeah,
so, okay.
no. Something to do with the theater too, we had talked about
We had, yeah, like,
integrating the path and the stair to the theater with a gazebo, but nothing has come about. But
well, I think that's the problem, because everybody has a different idea. Like, are we just looking at the stairs? Are we looking at the whole area down to the beach? Like, how far are we going with this?
I think the safety of those stairs is paramount, so.
Yeah.
We aren't going to be getting a theater at any point in time soon. And obviously we wanna integrate whatever we have, but we need to fix those stairs or get rid of them and replace them, they're dangerous. People have injured themselves.
But I think Janice was talking about just a little, open air theater, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
oh, yes, but we're not doing anything major, we just need to get this
yeah,
part done. Sorry, do you?
I was just gonna say the original concern come out during the last term of council, but the stairs needed to be replaced. And
Well,
still that-
It's been coming up for years, that
Yeah.
money's been there quite a while, yeah. Okay, we'll see if we can get a report on that, and then that can be looked at. If it's more than, like it can go to budget again. We can look at that too, but at least it'll be, at least we'll have information. Anything else on that then?
No.
Landfill,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but last November, we signed an agreement with.
Circular.
Um. Circular Materials was the name at the time, and it was for the changeover that the manufacturers of the recycling material would pay for the recycling. And we spent 6 months negotiating an agreement, which council authorized by bylaw last fall. We were notified last month that Circular Materials, which now has a different name. And apparently unilaterally has the ability to change the agreement, and we had originally ballparked or estimated we'd receive about $20,000 per year in revenue. That number is now going down substantially to probably between $8,000 and $10,000. And there's no appeal process, that's just the way it's going to be. So on the plus side, we're not paying for the recycling. On the negative side, we've lost 0.5% in potential revenue locked for next year. And as I say, there's no appeal process, it's just, here's the provincial policy. So I'm just giving you the bad news.
But we hadn't budgeted to spend that money anyway.
No, we haven't, because
Sure.
we were concerned that it would be there, but
Yeah.
we did spend 6 months negotiating, we did sign the agreements. And
at least we're not paying.
we got, so absolutely,
We need pays for the
Absolutely.
recycling.
they shouldn't anymore,
Okay.
yes. But
Just remember a
It's-
comment saying, don't recycle, put it in the garbage, it costs us money, and like,
yes, so that's just the bearer of that bad news, that's all.
well, seeing as we're on the, landfill. We haven't talked about this for a while, and I know at one point we had talked about, going to mandatory recycling, or how we were going to manage with people going up top and that type of thing. So I think that's actually something we need to look at again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I was out there and witnessed the situation, and I emailed everybody
Yeah.
about it, and one person just cannot
Yeah.
watch everything, so. I mean, when people are moving pylons, that's not acceptable.
Well, yeah, and I think, like, how long have we been recycling? It's been years now, and I don't think there's any reason why we can't go to mandatory recycling.
It's only gonna save our landfill site.
Yes, because there's not gonna be much longer in that landfill site if we don't do something, right? So, I mean, it's not going to be popular. But, paying to have all your garbage hauled away is not popular either when we're closing, and the price it costs to close a dump is
The
as.
problem is, and I agree, we
Mm.
should all definitely be doing mandatory recycling. How are we gonna police it? We
Yeah,
can
that's-
pass every bylaw, everything, but if we can't enforce it, what's the point?
Mm. Go ahead.
Sorry. I have to get my thought together before I say it. First of all, I think we should be asking our public works, the infrastructure, superintendent of infrastructure for that. But as I have long said, we need to be advertising on our Facebook page repeatedly, constantly reminding people of what is recyclable, how to recycle it properly, to clean everything. You can't just throw it in your Nutella thing, half full of Nutella, all that other stuff. It needs to be constant, and it needs to be very, like, make sure people are really aware, because you can't just say it once in a while at a council meeting and assume people are gonna hear it. Myself and my family, I have to constantly be on my kids for putting things in the proper bins. Absolutely, I know people are gonna be upset if we charge for extra bags. I use a lot more garbage and make a lot more garbage than a senior would. Keeping to one or two, but I am comfortable with having to pay because my family produces more garbage, because I'm aware that there is a long-term effect of not sorting our garbage and not making sure that compost goes in the compost, etc. But again, how are we going to enforce it? We can do the passive stuff, like I said, putting it on our Facebook page, all that other stuff, but they're definitely having just the one person at the landfill site at this point is not effective. And at least if we're going to be pushing this,
Consistent.
we need to have someone there, even if it's just for a portion of the day, to help reinforce things, even if it's just for a few months, to kind of get things going a little more smoothly in that regard. It's not fair to put it on one person.
So I'm bringing it up because I think it is something that needs to be talked about, and that we do need to move forward. I'm not asking for any concrete plans tonight or anything. But I think, we should send this back to our, administration, our public works and Alton Stasia. They can come back with maybe a plan that would work. I mean, I agree that probably constant reminding is part of it.
Should we have the landfill person come and present his ideas, or?
I think he can talk.
He can direct him to his supervisor,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
supervisor can talk with us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but I think it's something that needs to be back on the top of the table again. It's, we have a year left, and this one is weighing heavy on me, that we haven't been able to move on it. But yeah, I think, it is what it is. We have what we have, and I think we need to go ahead and do the best we can to conserve what we have out there. So,
I have a couple of questions. Some tipping fee stuff went out and signage went up. Is that only for contractors, or is that for households that have excessive garbage?
It's not, it's not excessive garbage. We have policy for tipping fees for things like brush, for construction material, which is the main one.
Mhm,
Nothing's new there. That's been in place for quite a while.
mhm.
So, if you're renovating your home, you should be paying those tipping fees as well. As well as a contractor if they're renovating your home.
Yeah, I think there
Yes.
was some confusion with the flyer that went out, that people thought it was just for contractors. So we need to make sure, if we are gonna put stuff on Facebook,
Sure.
to clarify that if you're a homeowner, if you're doing major renovations and you're bringing a trailer full of stuff, that you're gonna be required to pay tipping fees. If you've got a trailer full of brush, you're required to pay tipping fees.
That would go hand in hand with the 2 bags. If you have more than 2 bags, you're gonna pay.
Yeah,
Well, I think too, maybe there's some way that we can restrict people from going up top. I'm not sure how, and it might cost us a bit of money to construct some gates of some sort, or,
We should title it, or it's life cycle efficiencies, basically relative to the landfill set. Is the way we should be looking at it. I
mhm.
think.
what
because
was that again?
Life cycle efficiencies. And costing, of course, as well. And that speaks for itself as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I don't think people realize how much it costs to run the landfill site and how, like, quite frankly, it's not very pretty. And it needs to be tidied up. There's a lot of garbage lying all over the place and the wind has caught and that sort of thing that, you know. But I think that is an accurate term,
Yeah.
life cycle efficiencies, because people need to understand it costs a lot to keep this going.
And it costs a lot more to get a new one.
That's right. That's right.
Or we probably wouldn't,
Exactly.
you know,
So-
like we probably
Or
wouldn't, it
cheap.
would cost probably upwards of $1 million to close it, right?
2 now.
And then
Yeah.
what happens?
And then we ship all of our garbage.
And it's not an Assiginack problem. If you read the paper, it is everywhere and it is everywhere all over the place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, DJ's here and Alton, and I think we're gonna send it back to them. And with some of these ideas, and you can bring us back your ideas, and then we'll go see what we think is going to work and what we can do.
Mhm.
So at least get a handle on this.
So that's an idea of a new development of how we're gonna lay it out and all the bins and all that.
Yeah.
The way we had been presented before.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody happy with that? Okay, update on line painting.
Correct me if I'm wrong, TJ, we'll try to get it done for next week.
The no parking area.
Yes.
Yeah, we need the street for, back, when we had, throw out the guys show up. This week we are planning to do your, no parking in your intersections. Those are gonna be 9 meters to meet, Ontario regulations. The fire hydrants will also be marked for 3 meters, so it'll be red on the curbs, on the ground. I feel like, trying to get signposts through the grounds right now. Everything's paved, there's concrete everywhere. The metal signs are pretty pricey, trying to get wood ones through, much cheaper, it's not gonna work. I think if we advertise and get it out there, the red zones are no parking. Get the signs at start of town, everywhere they're coming in, big enough they can see it, post it. Keep it out there in the media. I think we should be fine with that, but signage right now for every street corner that we have. It's gonna be astronomical.
Well, yeah, and I think if we get word out that, and people should know if it's a red area, they shouldn't park there. Yeah, and I believe we have the ability to find now,
Yes.
correct?
We have the ability to issue tickets.
Tickets,
So we need everything on the ground.
Yeah,
Yes.
question?
Just, I do have a question. So, in marking the fire hydrant, so in particular in front of the grocery store, the fire hydrant there, that would be a difficult one to police. It's just,
It's still-
there's so much lack of parking in that area.
Yeah, so the parking enforcement like that, you're gonna follow the 9 meter rule. Unfortunately, that fire hydrant falls in the 9 meter rule for the intersection. If the intersection had lights or any, traffic, signaling systems,
Mhm.
now you have to move to 15 meters. So basically, there's only 4 places to park to the front if we
Yeah.
have lights here, right? So do we continue with it or do we not?
Yeah,
So.
I think that one will be a hard one to please. And also the driveways that are consistently being blocked downtown, you'll be marking those
Yeah.
ones with red as well along the curb.
Driveways, no, it only falls in the intersections. So,
Okay,
you know, bad one up at, Albert, usually bad one there.
it is a very
Right,
bad one.
Very bad. You know, there's a few other ones, they're up by the school. stuff
Okay.
Like that, those all have to be marked out.
Okay,
We will get to it, we can put preliminary marks if you guys want, and, you know, you can get out and see them, get some pictures, show you what it's gonna look like before we lay the red paint. That's up here. We plan on doing it by starting next week.
Well, I think you know what you're doing. I don't need to see myself. I don't know if everybody else wants to see.
Yeah, it's not like every street in town is already forward,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just common sense of the back streets that. You know, with the posting, winter's coming too, like no parking at all. Just between that 1 and 6 in the morning, no park there,
yeah,
avoid these new areas, you know. Our firefighters need to get to hydrants, can't have cars parked in front of them. You know, our corners. You see it lots, just doing our road patrols, people go to pull out, they slam on the brakes,
yeah,
Mhm.
and the car goes by, it's like, they just can't see, so we need to. Do our best for everybody, we all wanna be safe, we just need to get back from those intersections. It is as convenient as it is to park there and just run this wrong way, maybe a minute. Takes 10 seconds to kill someone,
yeah. Agreed.
right?
We're good with that then, too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that concludes that part of it, and we do have a closed session tonight.
We resolve that in accordance with section 239B of the municipal act as amended, the committee proceeds to a closed session at 7:35. Thank you. And is to address matters pertaining to an identifiable individual.
Okay, Rupert? Or did Jen? That was in favor?